as it were, I put a lot into it. And then I get hit with a random community guidelines violation and I say, F it, I throw my hands up in the air and I say, this is the dumbest thing ever, what are you even doing? And then I go, well, there's 251,000 people who give a bleep about what I have to say. And then we're starting to grow it here on YouTube. And people buy my cool merch. And we're going to do a plug for that here in a little bit. So it's time to walk the walk. I recently was on TikTok telling folks, if they take you down, come back. I got a thumbs up from Juan. Hopefully I got you on YouTube. We're good on YouTube. Awesome. So Juan, my followers, they really want to put in questions. They really want to put in comments. So when they do, please put it up on the screen so that way I can address it. That would be super cool. I'd appreciate that. I got a thumbs up from him. Back to walking the walk. You get hit and you go, oh, screw it. And you, all right, I'm back. And you get hit and you say, screw it. All right, I'm back. All right, third time, fourth time. How many times am I going to do this? I was saying, get up, do it again. Get up, do it again. Get up, do it again. So now here I am. I got to walk the walk. I hate it. I'm in jail a little bit. My numbers have drastically fallen off. My followers are not going up, like skyrocketing anymore. Okay. We're going to push through it. We're going to keep making that good content. And we're going to be over here and we're going to expand. That's what we're going to do. They want to hit us. We're going to grow. Cut off one head to grow back. That's how we're going to do it. And I want to see you folks doing it too. Keep spreading that word. I think it's working. I gave an example on my last show where F Joe Biden, I haven't used my swear yet, Juan. F Joe Biden is trending at all the football games. And what's great about it is it's mostly young college kids, which is to say the word is getting to them. They're not just believing what they've been inundated with, which is the constant leftist ideology of socialism, if not even Marxism, and even worse, communism. And that's a good thing. Keep speaking up. Do you remember back in 2016 when it was a big surprise that Donald Trump won, and then all of a sudden the idea of the hidden Trump supporter came out and everyone was kind of like, yeah, it was me. I got a yes from Stephanie. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Keep commenting. You got a bleep from Bonsai Guy. One of my best friends' call sign was Bonsai. I could tell that story sometime. Stephanie says she's glad she found me. I'm glad you found me too. So back to the idea of these kids getting inundated with socialism. Keep getting the word out and keep trying. There was once this hidden Biden supporter. I'm sorry. Ugh, gross. All hidden Biden supporters are probably 6 feet under. Jokes. Can't take me down. There was hidden Trump supporters. And then afterwards, people were like, yeah, me. It was me. I think there's hidden Republicans, conservatives, if not anti-socialists in this youngest generation. I think they're calling them Gen Z. It's a little derivative of Gen X. I take that kind of personally. But if you guys want to be derivative and unoriginal, that's fine with me. I love you if you're Gen Z. I love you. It's okay. I think there's a hidden Republican vote amongst Gen Z. And being a little optimistic here, cautiously optimistic, which is a lot for me considering I'm so cynical. I do think it's there. The point is, I'm talking the talk, I'm walking the walk, and I want to see you doing the same thing. Talk to your neighbor. Talk to your friend. If you're at the family dinner, bring it up. It's okay. They're going to bring it up. You know, they're going to say their piece. You know, they did it for 4 years. When Trump was ending the world, when Orange Man bad, you know they did it. It's our turn. Speak up. I think we're starting to grow here. I really do. Big topics. Time to shift gears. I'm awesome. Everybody knows that. I said it enough. Big topic, illegal border crossings. How pathetic is it? This administration had to use another crisis of many crises. This administration had to use another self-inflicted crisis to divert your attention from a worse self-inflicted crisis. Afghanistan was so bad, they had to shift your attention over to the border, which is better than you talking about Afghanistan. They need Afghanistan to go away as fast as possible. Laura Logan, however she says her name, independent journalist who's on Fox now. Follow her on Twitter. She's still keeping a lot of this going. She's showing a lot of the stuff that's happening there. She's really sticking with it. You can go follow her. She's showing a lot of this stuff. I do absolutely love that. Did you hear about the vaccine for 5 to 11-year-olds? Yes, we have a TikTok coming up for that. We can touch that a little bit maybe later today, but keep on the lookout for that. We'll talk about that. And Cass says she loves my content, or he, either or. I'm okay with it. Thanks a lot. I love you guys interacting with me, and I got a happy face. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for this. So we have to divert attention away from Afghanistan to the border, which was also Biden made. The border was that bad. The border, I am the coolest dude, by the way. Afghanistan was absolutely that bad. They needed to go away as fast as possible. I don't think that they necessarily planned for this border to explode again over the weekend. But does anybody find it interesting at all that Joe Biden went on vacation again during a disastrous weekend? Does anybody see any patterns happening here? Afghanistan is falling and he's on vacation. The border is exploding and he's on vacation. And I got a video, I guess, for that later on. Juan is going to show us. It's not up for debate. They hide him. They absolutely hide him. Thousands across the board daily, probably even close to 10,000 a day. They're hiding him. And I'm sick of it. And I think the media is starting to get sick of it. Chuck Todd of NBC actually had the audacity to be an objective journalist this past weekend when he said Biden has a crisis of confidence. People don't have confidence. I don't need to know that you eat chocolate chip, Joe. I don't give a bleep. Not yet, Juan. Not yet. I don't care. And I don't need to see you riding your bike in Delaware. I need you in the White House running things, running this country. I want you to stand up there and say, we still have Americans in Afghanistan. I'm doing everything I can. I'm working with this person, this country, that country. We're still working for them. I'm going to get them out. I want to hear that. Down at the border, I'm sending more agents down there. I'm working with Texas. I don't agree with them on everything, but we agree on this. Safety is paramount. I'm working with them. We're here. No vacations for me and my staff. We're here. I work for you. How great would that be? You might get some more voters, Joe. But don't listen to me. I'm just some cisgendered white Christian male. Don't listen to me. If you were direct with folks, I'm not even going to make you be honest. If you were direct with folks, this is what's going on. This is what I'm doing. A certain orange man with an impeccable haircut comes to mind. I saw a great clip of Trump, obviously who I'm talking about, walking up to the media gaggle on his way out from the White House when he was still a president. And he goes, they want me to leave, but I said, I got to go talk to the fake news first. Here we go. And it was that, here we go. It's like, no, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. And that was always the way that Trump ran. He came right up, got his coat like this, and he said, let's go. Give me some bravado, Joe. You don't always have to be nice Papa Joe. Sometimes we need you to actually be that guy who says you're going to take Trump behind the gym and give him a thumping. Sometimes you got to be the biggest kid on the block. When everyone says you're the biggest kid on the block, you got to be the biggest kid on the block. Back to the border. Still not policy driven. Now, mind you, folks, this is still not policy driven. This has nothing to do with Trump's policies, even though Chuck Todd, again, had to say, you can make the argument that this was years in the making, which is to imply that it was Trump. But we are here now, and these policies, quote, I didn't do this, quote, are starting to be a magnet. You think, Chuck? You think liberals? You think when Joe Biden was on the debate stage and he said there should be a surge to the border and those that want to seek amnesty should do it? Do you think that had something to do with it, Joe? Do you think that might have influenced some people to come north because they weren't doing it the last 4 years? Something changed. It might be the resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Maybe. I don't know. Probably, definitely. That might have something to do with it. Media's starting to cover some stuff. And I'm here for it, as the kids would say. I still hate them. I still don't trust them. And I'm not going to be that guy that's like, oh, I'm totally on board with them now because they're saying the things I like. I still don't trust them. And I know they're going to be right back to their liberal bias in a heartbeat. But it's good to see a little bit of objective journalism. It really is. Amnesty. Amnesty is a direct correlation to this border. And again, because of policy. Again, you don't think that the idea of amnesty hasn't made its way south of the border or south of the equator for that matter? They know there is talk of giving amnesty. Maybe the Americans in Afghanistan should just say they're illegal. Boom, they're in. They can somehow magically show up at the southern border like people from Haiti. I'm still trying to figure that one out. You think government actions regarding COVID will end with an administration change? I do, especially when Ron DeSantis is elected your next president, and that's going to definitely be happening. Where was I? I don't know. We're back on the border. Let's stick with the border. Oh, Evie is here. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Amnesty. We're talking amnesty. I'm doing my best here, guys. I love talking to you guys. Amnesty. You don't think that the word got south of the equator, that this administration, with the Democrats and far left liberals controlling both the legislative body and the executive branch, you don't think that word got out, that they're looking for amnesty, that they're looking to give everyone who's here at the time that chalk line is snapped amnesty? Of course they're flooding the border and trying to get in here. For Joe's sake, the judicial branch had to reinstate a Trump-era policy, which was the Remain in Mexico plan, which is helping Joe. It's now giving Joe the means to keep folks on the Mexico side, which, lo and behold, is a deterrent. It's a deterrent. If you have to stay over there, and I'm not just releasing you here in America, and yeah, you're going to come back, right? You're definitely going to come back. It's a deterrent. I don't know if folks knew that because they don't want to cover it. But yes, the courts struck down that Biden got rid of the Remain in Mexico plan. It is back, and they're now using it as a way to keep people in Mexico, and that is going to be a deterrent for them. That's what they needed. They needed some help. And maybe we're starting to learn that maybe Orange Man was bad, but his policies worked. The graphs and the numbers show the spike in illegal immigration happened after Trump. First, the excuse was from Psaki. The numbers were going up under Trump already. Of course, nobody pushed back and said they weren't going up at this rate. Then the excuse was it was seasonal. And now we're all the way in September, and they got through all the hottest months. And in the hottest months, they actually had records that they were setting. Nobody pushes back on that. And yes, it's because they're expecting to get released into this country, which is now no longer a possibility, or it's not supposed to be. And they're looking for amnesty when that chalk line is snapped. I was here. I'm now an American citizen. And by the way, give me some money. Good news, though. Good news, though. Parliamentarian, I believe is how you say it, has ruled that you cannot put amnesty into the reconciliation bill. And I'll tell you what, hold that thought. We're going to do a plug. One, can we get the plugs up? On the other side, I'll tell you about what that means for amnesty. Let's get the goods up. Give me the goods. Original, limited run. It's going to be coming down soon. Here's my vaccine passport. I designed that. It's for sale. Woke R Us. I prefer you go through the link on my TikTok, but if you just go through wokerus.com, #1 seller. Give me the next one. This is, I think, the number 3 seller. We're done with Fauci. A dude on TikTok made a video of him wearing this shirt. It looks amazing. I love it. Give me that next one. Give me the next one. We're done with Biden. This one right here is killing it as well. I would love to see you all over on wokerus.com. Great cause. Bring me back. I want to tell everybody the great cause. My pocket. My pocket. I just went on vacation. I got things to pay for. Who do you think pays for all this stuff? Me. So I need your money so I can pay for the stuff that I want. I'm a capitalist, and I am not ashamed. Absolutely not ashamed. Back to the things you guys really want to know about other than where to find my merch. By the way, we're going to bring this bad boy back soon. We're going to bring this one back soon. Not yet, though. Not yet. I want you guys to really want it when I bring it back. Amnesty. Real quick, small, tiny civics lesson. The reconciliation process can be used twice in a year, and they've already used it once. What that allows them to do in the Senate is to avoid the filibuster. You do not need 60 votes. 60 votes is there to make sure that the two sides work together. It is actually a good thing. We're not supposed to have these big, huge, wild swings as we change administration or every time there's a vote. We're supposed to change gradually with the time, make sure we're not doing anything big and crazy like spending a gabillion freaking dollars. Almost said it, but I didn't. Reconciliation bill. They did it once for the BS COVID bill, which has made inflation fly through the roof and has also incentivized people to stay home, which is affecting the employment rates, not the unemployment, but the employment rate. It's really hard to get people to go back to work. Joe Biden thinks it's great. Just offer them more money. Is it as creepy when I do it? Offer them more money. Is it as creepy? Juan, is it as creepy? He says it's as creepy. I would love to know what you guys think. That inflation, as cited by Bloomberg of all places, remember, Bloomberg ran as a Democrat. Bloomberg has shown that the inflation has already eaten up any gains that you thought you were going to get from your increased wages, which your boy called and it went viral, 1.5 million views. I just wish somebody had said it ahead of time. I just wish that somebody had done it ahead of time. Back to Amnesty. They were trying to pack Amnesty in to this reconciliation bill for infrastructure. Rightfully, it has been ruled you cannot do that. Good thing. Good thing. We have another good thing, and then we're going to do a new fun segment where Juan shows me videos and memes cold, and you get my reaction. We're running a little bit low on time. Yes, we're going to do some comments here in a second as well. We're running a little low on time. We want to go long today? Are we going to go long today? We're going to keep going. All right. We're going to keep going. You guys are here for it anyway. So Manchin from West Virginia, every single county voted for Trump, and he has to actually represent his people. And then Sinema from Arizona, who has been drastically moderate, which is a really weird thing to say, but she's been drastically moderate. She's representing her state as a purple state. Neither one of them are on board with this massive blowout spending, which is a good thing. And they are working with the Democrats to lower it, to trim it, to do all the things that you should be doing to make sure this money is going to where it's supposed to go. The Kennedy Arts Center doesn't need another $25 million. Nancy Pelosi does not need, despite what her group says, I think they call it caucus, what her caucus says, no, she does not need a $200 million federally paid for park in San Francisco. San Francisco, you pay for it. Apparently you guys got nothing but money. You got money coming out of your ears. You pay for a $200 million park. I'm not paying for it from down here in Florida. These are good things. So let me recap us. Border's an absolute mess. Obviously, it's because they're seeking amnesty. Amnesty is going to be a lot harder to get because they actually ruled correctly that you can't pack it into reconciliation. And we actually have some moderate Democrats who are doing the right thing and representing their state. Juan, what segment do we want to do now? You want to do comments or do you want to do videos? Let's do comments. Let's throw some comments up there. Let's see what we got. I guess we're getting a lot of comments tonight. Looking forward to them. Let's see what we got. I'm excited. Mandates for Americans, but illegal immigrants are free to enter without being tested or vaxxed. Yep, I got a TikTok about that right now. I'd love to see you guys over there at 2CentKSJ. Throw that up there for me, Juan, while I address this next one. Haitians would vote red, turn them around. All right, so let's hit both of those. Okay, so Psaki, I hit it earlier today, right before I went on. Jen Psaki said, when asked, why don't they have to get vaccinated as opposed to those who are coming to visit? She said, because those coming over the border aren't coming for a long time. How long do you think they're coming for when they cross the border illegally to live here? Which one do you think is going to stay here longer, Jen? The people who are coming for a week's vacation or the people who are trying to illegally live here? Obviously, it's because, again, the people that you want to be here, you don't want them to have any harder time, my assertions. To Haitians, I know the Cubans who generally come to Florida end up voting Republican. I don't know how the Haitians, first of all, how did the Haitians get to Mexico? They were just ravaged by, I think, a couple of earthquakes. How did they get to Mexico? These things always just boggle my mind. The first caravan that came through months ago had Biden t-shirts. Who bought the Biden t-shirts? That's what I want to know. How did the Haitians get to Mexico? I would love, love, love to know these things. I don't know how Haitians vote. However, it is quite interesting, and one could assume that they're getting sent back because they're not going to be a blue vote. All right, the only thing Joe Biden knows how to fix is an election. Yep, we got that one. All anti-America, New World Order, America needs to be brought down. Pray, people. Okay, that is starting to catch a lot more people's attention. It was sort of a fringe conspiracy thing for a long time. I think the term they like to use is globalism. Globalism is what they like to say. It's still not something that I think America needs to be a part of. We're America. How about you try to be a part of what I'm doing? Because I can do all of this without you. You all need me. Don't let these cycle through on. I want to read them. You all need me. I don't necessarily need you. All right, saluting Marine on deck. All right, that's awesome, man. Thanks a lot to the Marines. I'm Air Force. I did work with the Marines at MCAS Beaufort, and you know I said it correctly because the North Carolinians say Beaufort, and South Carolina says Beaufort. I was there. Haitians and Cubans are conservatives. I do see the Cubans vote conservative. I could do a little research on the Haitians, see what we get there. They may get the surprise of their lives. Immigrants vote Republican. They came for freedom. I think they came for free. I almost said it, Juan. I think they came for free stuff. But Irene, I know Irene. Irene is a follower of mine. She's been with me for a very long time. Thank you. All right, Silver, not quite yet. We're going to bring it back soon. You haven't even seen the back. I should have sent Juan another picture, but we got some good stuff on the back. I believe something huge is going to happen soon. All right, let's address it. No, folks, he's not coming back. He's not coming back until the next election. I would love it too. I would love it. I think it'd be huge. I love my TikToks too, and I love you for being here. Thank you so much. This is so much fun that you all have been writing in. This has been a lot of fun. Yes, found you. So glad you got a longer format. So what's interesting is I had a longer format with Juan, who's an Air Force veteran himself, and probably the second best looking guy on the show right now. And he gave me he gave me a platform, and we worked together for a little while. And then I had some things outside of here that I had to let it go for a little while. And now we're back, and I'm really happy about it. And again, I want to say thank you to Juan for giving me the opportunity. Do you think the administration will be taken out of power soon for crimes against humanity? No, of course not. But I do think that the 25th is going to happen. I was a little ostentatious in November of last year when I predicted it would be October of this year. And then with the debacle in Afghanistan, I thought I had it. But they're starting to talk about others talking about the 25th Amendment. I do think it's going to happen. I think if I could really prognosticate here, I do believe it's going to be after the disastrous 2022 when we take back the House and the Senate. I think we're going to take more legislative bodies in the different states, and we're going to have all the momentum. Heard the vax is wearing off. I got the Johnson & Johnson, but will not get another. I support your choice. Talk to your doctor. I absolutely think you should be able to make your own choice. What we're starting to learn more is this obviously is not an immunization. It's an inoculation, and no inoculation lasts forever. That's factual. Can't take me down for that. Yeah, how did they get here and carrying cases of water? I think we gave them the water, but how did they get here? Like, just please answer the question. I just really want to know that. They took an Uber bus, or they converted a dump truck into a boat like they do out of Cuba to escape all that wonderful, wonderful communism. I'm so glad we got you in the long form. I am too, Hazard. I think it's great. I would love to see you guys here more often. Haitians got here the same way all the Middle Easterners did. People from the Middle East came to Texas during Obama and Trump. I think I don't know. I think a lot of Middle Easterners were just kind of coming direct, and then I think other ways they did go into Central American countries and then made their way north. I literally follow you around for my news. Thank you. Remember, I'm a guy reacting to the news. I'm doing my best to give you the news and try to sort of take out the spin. A lot of times it's 4 or 5 paragraphs of spin, and then you get a little blurb of real information. I like to get that little blurb to the top so that way everybody gets to see it. Former Air Force here, super awesome. I love seeing that, Daniel. I was Air Force for 7 years. When the Border Patrol interviewed Haitians, they said that they had been living in Chile and Mexico for 3 to 4 years. Why do you think they waited for 3 to 4 years? Why? Why did they just like chill out? Why are they just like, oh, Chile is pretty cool, and then after 3 to 4 years, Chile's not so cool. I heard about this America place. Let's go walk a few thousand miles, and we'll go across the border. What's your opinion on the Trader General Milley? So go back on my channel. I actually did an extra special last week. Go take a look at the last one. I'm not a happy camper. Wait, a fellow Floridian too. This just keeps getting better. Glad I found you on the TikTok. That's awesome. Yep, Space Coast. That's the most I'll give you guys. I'm on the Space Coast. I went live when SpaceX launched the pure civilian crew just last week, and everybody got to see it from my backyard. Haitians are Democrats because they didn't give them their money after the disaster in 2010. Okay, I kind of see what you're saying. That's why they're flying all those people back and no one else. Interesting. Okay, I could look into that. Ever see my salute in DC at a motorcycle event called Rolling Thunder? Great channel, sir. I know about Rolling Thunder. When I had a bike, I'm a Honda guy. I had a Sabre. It was pretty awesome, 1300. So if you're a Harley guy, you can give me a hard time if you like. I did want to be a part of that, but I never got a chance to do it before I sold the bike. He said something about 25th Amendment. As I was curious, what is it and how do you think it plays? So 25th Amendment, people started hearing a lot about it under Trump because the media was trying to find a way to say that because he's unstable, we need to remove him from office. It's if the president can discharge the duties of the office. I believe it happened under Roosevelt, Juan, where I think he was sick and Eleanor was pretty much running the country. I think is kind of where that came from. I could do a little more history searching on that. Maybe I just exposed myself. The idea is, should a president become incapacitated, we don't need to put on airs or put on a ruse. We need to replace him or her, see how progressive I am, or they. I could be even more progressive. We need to be able to have someone who can run the country. So the 25th Amendment is supposed to be there. So the vice president and the cabinet have to actually enact the 25th Amendment, and then you would remove the president. The vice president becomes the president. Speaker of the House, Pelosi, would become the vice president, and then they would move up from there. All right, we got any more, Juan? Oh, we got a lot more. We got a ton. Well, I appreciate all the comments. Let's do the videos. I want to do the videos. Juan's going to show us some videos. Totally cold. This isn't like reality TV where I already saw it and I have my response canned up. I'm ready to go cold, and go on. I'm ready.
This is how one US Border Patrol officer received Haitian migrants crossing the Rio Grande, coming back with food to a camp they've set up in Texas.
Hey, you use your women? This is why your country because you use your women for this. You go, no, that way. Hey, no, listen, no. No.
We've got our families inside, dying of hunger. We've had to go out to buy food.
No!
You can see the tense scenes here. The Border Patrol are trying to stop people getting back into the camp after they went across to Mexico to get food, they say, because there isn't enough food for them actually there in the camp. There's more than 12,000.
I think I kind of got it. Let me hit the big stuff. Al Jazeera, I trust about nothing out of them. So I don't know if that audio of the guy saying that about using your women, I don't know if that's real. I can trust my eyes, though. I can see what they're doing. Those people have an incredibly difficult job. Obviously, they are not well funded. They are not well supported. They don't have the logistics. There's not nearly enough of them. And clearly, I think those were Haitian. So I'd really like to know how they got there. So what he said, I don't know how I can say that, but they're doing what they can. And obviously, it's very little. So I think I see where people are saying, where did the food come from? Yeah, that was all in styrofoam and stuff. Which side video is verified? Okay, Juan, I'd have to do my own. You know me. I have to do my own research. Who gave them the food? Which side were they on when they got it? I don't know which side that was on. But the idea is the border's a mess. And it's because they've been called over that, you can come. Absolutely, you can come here. I wish those Border Patrol the best. It's disgusting. So when it comes to that bridge, the bridge that everyone's seen them hiding underneath, what's really interesting about the bridge is it runs north-south over the river. So why don't they just walk across the bridge? Why are they going across the water? If they go across the water, we have to let them in. If they go over the bridge, we're going to stop them. What is the point? Why? Hell, man, I don't know. Maybe you just don't make them walk through the water. Come on. They can walk over the bridge. I don't get the bridge. Thousands are crossing the border daily. Yes, it's disgusting. And yes, they definitely want it. Do we have another one? What do we want to do? Do we want to do some more of these? As a Texan, we are not getting the resources from Joe. Yep. And Abbott had to send his people down. It's not his job to defend the border, but it's his state, and he's got to run it, and he's got to keep you guys safe. And he sent people down. I think that was a bit of an embarrassment to Biden and Mayorkas, who's doing a terrible job. And I think we got one from Jen Psaki coming up. Bring her up. Bring up Raggedy Ann. Here she comes.
To our national security team and see what that process will look like.
A question about what's going on at the border. Is somebody asking the foreign nationals who are walking into Del Rio, Texas and setting up camps on this side of the border for proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test?
Well, first of all, I can readdress for you or re-talk you through what steps we take.
That is the policy for people who fly into the country. So if somebody walks into the country right across the river, does somebody ask them to see their vaccination card?
Well, let me explain to you again, Peter, how our process works. As individuals come across the border, and they are both assessed for whether they have any symptoms. If they have symptoms, the intention is for them to be quarantined. That is our process. They're not intending to stay here for a lengthy period of time. I don't think it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. These are individuals, as we've noted and as we've been discussed. We are expelling individuals based on Title 42 specifically because of COVID, because we want to prevent.
Yeah, I love the flipping. Have you noticed the flipping of the papers? I feel like she took that from Kayleigh McEnany, who was always like, bam, I got you. I got one for you. She's always flipping, but she never actually gets to anything. That might be a nervous tick for her. I'm not sure. Ducey, God love them. Please push back a little harder. I know you're the only one in the room. Please expect her BS so you can like head it off, please. Yes, you're starting to see her patterns of what she'll pick apart and what she doesn't. You knew she was going to go to the flying portion. I think you could push back. I mean, I made the joke. It's pretty easy to say, who do you think is going to stay here longer? People flying here for vacation or people walking across the border in order to be here illegally? Title 42 is something that they actually wanted to get rid of, which is expelling people for having COVID. But if you're not testing them, how do you know that they have it? We're relying on these people to say, I'm sick. I've had a fever for 4 days. Okay, well, you're going to go back. Or they, hey, how do you feel? I feel great. Can I have some water and sleep for 3 days? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so no joke. Well, the people from the Middle East waited till Obama was in. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's actually when everything changed. Why do you think the rhinos aren't seeking re-election? I think their number's up. All roads do lead through Mar-a-Lago. And if you don't get that endorsement or if you can avoid his ire, you may not have to go get his endorsement, but if you can avoid his ire, then you have a good shot. And I think for a lot of them, they don't. Republican name only. Yes, we don't need to re-elect them. Juan, do we have any more videos or is that it for tonight? We got one more? Let's go one more.
Here's a 100. We have the individual stuff. You guys just give us a little space, all right? Give us a little bit of space. Give us a little space, all right?
Ask the waiter what?
Are you on the cover?
Give us some space.
Are you part of the event?
I'm just here.
Where's your weapon?
Help the guys out. It's on the boat. Everything all good?
You already verified? Back up.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Justice for J6. A lot of memes coming out of that. That one did not look so good, did not sound so good for them. I'm glad there wasn't a big turnout. I do believe it was a false flag event. I do believe the media were absolutely pining for another opportunity to say how violent and awful they are. I think it kind of goes to show you there really isn't any support for the morons who did what they did on January 6th. I've long condemned them for it. I do not support violence whatsoever. You can go through all of my social media. I condemn those who say that it's time for violence. Anyone who comments about violence, I either tell them no violence or I just ignore them. No violence, no violence. And I think there's a lot more people who agree with me. I think the Justice for J6 was a trap. And there's that other one, the meme where all the dudes are wearing the same shorts and the same shirt, right? And they all have the same glasses on. It's like, who are you? CIA, I'm FBI. Who are you, ATF? And they're all named Jason, by the way. Their thinking blows my mind as well. Andrea, I'm so glad to see you here. Thank you so much. He is not one of us. Not sure who. I might be one of you. I want to be one of you. What else we got? The Fed boys at the protest got caught. Yep, that was kind of, baby. Yay, you found me. I'm so glad you're here. All right, let's do a couple more, and then I'm going to do a sign-off. Listening to that one, Soulless Ginger, I lose my mind. The Soulless Ginger. I'm going to get a picture with her and tell my kids it was, what's that singer's name? Ed Sheeran. FBI busted FBI at the FBI rally. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. All right. I did not expect everyone to come on. You got one more? He's got one more. We're going to do one more. All right, we'll do one more. Here we go. He's got it coming up. Let's see what we got. I'm excited for this one. Come on, Juan.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Relax. Keep that up. Keep it up.
That's heartbreaking. Someone made that woman that scared. Someone made her that scared. And ma'am, if you are that scared, don't get on a plane. Please. Probably not the best place for you. I don't want to judge. I'm going to guess you're a little older than I am. And if you're a little older than I am, you're in a more risky demographic than I am, ma'am. What really sucks is they made her feel like that. They made her that scared. She's got a face shield on, which is doing nothing, by the way. And she's got the mask on, which if it's KN95 worn correctly, probably doing her some good. The air circulation on that is pretty good. It is refreshed pretty regularly. What really sucks is that woman is that afraid. There's polling that shows Democrats polled, 50% of the majority of them believe your chances of getting hospitalized because you have COVID is over 50%. They believe that over half the people that get COVID are going to be hospitalized. It's 2%. They are made to believe this because of CNN, MSNBC, the fear mongering, the horrible tactics of scaring people to try to get them to get the vaccine. These tactics are not working to get people to get the vaccine. It's getting the scared more scared. And the guy was trolling a little bit. Let's be honest. He was trolling a little bit. He could have been, I don't know what the interactions were like before that. I feel bad that woman's been made to feel that scared. I would hope that maybe she was a little more reasonable before all this happened. Pay close attention to who is being endorsed. Good call. Juan, is that it for tonight? I think we're going to maybe do a couple more comments. He's vigorously clicking away. Well, I'm really happy everybody came over here to see me. This kind of grew a lot tonight. Thank you so much for coming over. I think this is great. I think we're about to grow over here. Follow me over on TikTok. Juan, can you drop my Twitter as well? I would like the Twitter start growing. I do put my thoughts out there from time to time, kind of give you a sneak peek behind the scenes of what my next TikTok might be. Again, I think we're a little bit in jail right now. I'll keep putting out the content. I do think I'm only getting out to followers right now, so we'll just weather the storm. We'll keep pressing. We'll keep coming over here. If you're following me on Twitter and I do a spontaneous show again, which could happen, I'll let you know via Twitter that we're going to go live on YouTube. And I'd really like to see this starting to grow more and more. If you could get the graphic up there, Juan. It's still, no, we don't have it tonight. All right, at 2 Cent KSJ. I really appreciate everyone that was here. We're having a lot of fun with this format. I know we said we were going to do 30 minutes. Here we are, 46 minutes. I think it was a great time. Juan, again, thank you so much. And if you're good, that's been my 2 cents.
It is now purge the establishment.
What she's suggesting that churches do, focus on.
That's not necessarily a good thing to start with.
They're stating
it wasn't around when we needed the greatest generation of the 30s or 40s.
It happened before the election because there's too many Republicans that are afraid that their wrongdoing is going to.
It's unacceptable, and I'm not going to sit here, stay silent, and not call it out. I'm calling out their lies.
Do they think that we are so stupid that we